Hello friends, Cowboy Jobu here with the Jobu Sports Report with some breaking news. Ed Warder is reporting that Tony Romo will be released by the Dallas Cowboys, not traded, soon. We all knew this day was coming, but it's really sad to be honest with you. Tony, I want to thank you for all the hard work and everything you've given to the Dallas Cowboys. And I want to wish you well wherever you go. Let's go to the tape and see what the word is.
About the biggest question of the NFL offseason, and we know what that is. Tony Romo.
Yes, sir. So where will Tony Romo play in 2017? The options seem to be endless. Let's check this out. All right, so what about the Buffalo Bills? Could the Bills move on from Tyrod Taylor and bring in Mr. Romo? What about the Bears? They owe no money guaranteed to Jay Cutler. See what's next. As a Brownie, they have started an NFL high 26 different quarterbacks since 1999. Could he go to the Browns? Or what about the Broncos? Will John Elway bring him as a short-term solution? They currently have Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch. Maybe he could stay in Texas, right? They signed Brock Osweiler to a huge deal last season. Or what about Kansas City, who currently has Alex Smith right there? Or in the East Coast, the New York Jets. They threw the most interceptions last season. Check this out. What about the 49ers? Kyle Shanahan, could Romo potentially be there with them? And of course, in the Lone Star State with Dallas, can he just stay there, back up to Dak Prescott? David, what do you think?
I don't know. You know what? We do have some people who might know, and that's Darren Woodson and Ed Warder, who join us now over here.
How do we get Romo to pose in all those different uniforms?
Amazing. So patient to put on all those uniforms for us. All right, so we heard realistic chance, long shot, not impossible. What do you hear? What's the latest?
Well, from talking to people who are close to Romo, he's expecting to be released, not traded.
Really?
I mean, I think the Cowboys would obviously like to recoup something for their enormous investment in Romo and his obvious value, but age, 37, recent injury history, he's only played in 5 of their last 32 games. I think it makes it very difficult, if not impossible, to trade him, especially considering his contract. So for that reason, I think Romo expects to be released, and that's the best scenario for him, because then he can pick which team he would go to, and the teams I think he has an eye on are a team like the Chiefs, a team like the Broncos, and maybe more so than the others, the Houston Texans. Obviously, proximity to Dallas would ease the hardship on his family if they were to move or to go to the games and so forth. Obviously, he needs a team that has a quality offensive line to protect him. They have offensive skill position players, and most of all, they have a defense. Now, you have to go through Tom Brady to get to the Super Bowl from there, but the Cowboys don't play them, and they do play the teams in the AFC West. So if Romo goes to Kansas City or Denver, the Cowboys would have to play him.
Why wouldn't it behoove the Cowboys just to hold on to him as long as they can, wait for a situation, an injury or whatever, and then try to trade him?
Well, they could do that, but his cap number is $25 million. And so if you're going to try to address any of your defensive needs in the offseason through free agency, then you need to create as much cap space as you can. I mean, Jerry Jones is talking about finding a great pass rusher, and picking late in the draft is no place to find them if they're going to make an impact as a rookie. So then you're looking at going out and signing a veteran. Those guys are among the most expensive commodities out there.
Not only that, but Tony Romo's not going to sit again behind Dak Prescott. We saw it last year. Yeah, he took it on the chin and said, I'm going to sit. I'm not going to be a problem in the locker room. It would be a huge problem for Romo to sit again, especially as competitive as he is. He's going to be he's 37 years old. He knows the writing's on the wall. His window of opportunity is on the wall. He has to find a way to get on a winning caliber football team. And his ultimate goal, which has always been, is to get to the Super Bowl.
And he thinks that he can start in the NFL for 2 or 3 more years. Yeah. I think there are people who are skeptical about that, given the fact that the last 2 times he's been hit on an NFL field, he has suffered a fracture of either the clavicle or back that has put him out for an extended period of time or ended his season altogether.
We teased the segment, Ed, saying there's one team he definitely will not be going to. What is that team?
Well, I've been told he's not going to a team like Cleveland, and Cleveland was the specific example. I don't see Tony Romo going to a team that's building for the future. I mean, he's going to be a short-term solution wherever he goes. And since he has enough leverage to control where he goes, he's not going to put himself in a situation like that.
Okay. Tony Romo on the back half of his career. Meanwhile, there's a guy who's the needle is pointing.
Wow. So you heard it from the horse's mouth. Believe it or not believe it, it's going to happen. I'm Cowboy Joe Boo, and I want to thank you for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. And as always, you know we bring you the breaking news when it happens.